Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to tune in. Don't forget, today is school color day, and I'm repping my set, period. Okay? Come on in the room. All right, I'm going to give y'all a few more minutes. Let y'all come on in, period. What y'all doing today? How are you guys doing? What's on the dinner menu? Y'all, my braids not as tight anymore, so I can kind of like pull them back. I don't have to pull them straight up. They give me a little wiggle room, so it's a good day. Y'all know how y'all braids be when y'all first get them done, and when I do pull them all the way back, they still be looking like I'm like pulling back. So I gotta watch that, but I feel good about them. I can pull like do the top part up, bottom part down. But come on in. Welcome Facebook. Welcome YouTube. If you're seeing us on either platform, come on in. I'm going to give everyone about 30 more seconds. And then I'm going to get started. And that's just what it is. That is just what it is. So, what's on the dinner menu today? So, today, normally, y'all know I cook on Sundays. Because I like to have leftovers for Monday. But I cooked on Thursday. We didn't eat the leftovers on Thursday because it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and so they eating the leftovers today because it was taco meat. Y'all know taco meat don't go bad, so they having tacos tonight. But that's gonna be the end of it. So they having tacos, or I guess nachos, because we have like the nacho Dorito chips, and you put the meat on top. Y'all know how they go. All right, y'all. Welcome to the assignment podcast, where when you understand the child, then assignment completed. I am one of your co-hosts, Petra, and this is our live that we do every Sunday at 3 p.m. Y'all always get the time messed up. 3 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. CST, 6 p.m. EST. I have to look at the notes for that every single time, y'all. And we go live on Facebook and YouTube, and y'all can reach us at Facebook and YouTube and Instagram at The Assignment Podcast, 2 E's on the. Okay, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, because we have a page on Facebook. We also have a group on Facebook as well, which is two different things. And our page and our profile on Instagram, follow us there, and then you will subscribe to our YouTube channel on subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Assignment Podcast, where our lives are posted there every week. Okay, so you can always go back to rewatch, snag a clip, share with your family and friends. You know, y'all know how we do. Okay, I am, as I told you, Petra. My co-host Rachel is not going to be here today. And so I'm holding it down for the squad today by myself, but that is perfectly fine. Rachel should be back with us next week, so looking forward to her being back with us. But please reach out to Rachel. She has a sock business where she tie-dyes Nike socks, and she does like an amazing job. My family has quite a few socks from her, and she does a really good job with her Nike socks. So reach her on Instagram at Dye It Down and purchase some socks on her, y'all. She does an amazing job, and they look so dope. After you wash them, just like they keep their color, like she does her thing. Now, her daughters, beautiful Layla and Peyton, have an Instagram as well as _Denny_girls, and they be shop, as my granny would say, shop. Okay, and so go check them out on their way to just, they just be fly. Okay, they just be super fly. So check them out as well. As I told you, I am Petra. I'm the CEO of Zenny Productions, and under Zenny Productions, there's Forever Patriot Denise, Normalize It Being Black, Summers of City TV. The list goes on. I have Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook as well, and you can reach me at Forever Patriot Denise or Normalize It Being Black. And on Normalize It Being Black, I show you the day in the life of being a black wife, black mom, and amazing black woman. And on Forever Patriot Denise, I show you fashion, sneakers, and luxury lifestyle. Okay, that's what my sweetie fam is. Okay. I also just reached 1,000 subscribers, so that is definitely like a big deal. So shout out to that. And I'm just moving and grooving, and I love doing like just the social media stuff, platforms, and all that. So this is definitely just right up my alley doing a podcast with Rachel. So fashion, parenting, that's all up my alley. So follow me on these platforms, reach out to me, y'all. I love to hear y'all input, and so does Rachel. And we just want to get in tune with our followers and subscribers. All right, so today is school color day, y'all. Come on in, take a seat, because class is in session. Okay. Okay, now y'all, let me share this real quick. I forgot to share this on my profile. Ooh, I'm tripping. I forgot to share this on my profile. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. I'm tripping. Ooh, I forgot to share this on my profile. It's loud. Okay, here we go. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if it's. Let me see if it's gonna let me do it the correct way. I'm sorry. I want to see if it's gonna allow me. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I want to make sure I shared it, y'all. So shout out to me taking care of business, because that's what I should have did from the beginning. Okay. Okay. So today is school color day. So if you did not know that we're doing a whole month of um what is it called, like Spirit Week. So last week we did Crazy Hair Day, and now it's super dope. So this week we doing School Color Day. So I am repping my set. So I'm just gonna explain this. So I am from the amazing, the beautiful Benton Harbor, Michigan. Okay, home of the almighty Tigers. If you did not know, now you know, but mostly everybody already know, and that's on period. And when you're from Ben Harbor, like, it's a way of life. Ben Harbor is not the biggest city. It is majority African American, and that's something you can't take away our culture. You can't take away our orange and black. Like, you can't take that away from us ever. And so that orange and black like bleeds heavily through us, even through adulthood. So one of the reasons I bought this dress was because it was orange and black, and I don't have as much orange and black in my wardrobe as I should. You heard me say as I should. So since we decided to have a school colors day, I definitely have to rep my set. I even got my little like animal print earrings on. Like, you gotta rep your set, and that's on period. Okay, but I graduated in class of 2003. I was in the band, I was on a pep squad, I was a Del teen, I was in the sisters club, I was in Upper Bound, I was a dancer, I was a dancer that was in Quiet Storm, uh I was in Key Club, the list goes on so many things I did. So it definitely molded me for the person I am today, and honestly the parent that I am today, because the things that I learned from being from Ben Harbor has never left me, and I never wanted to. So shout out to Ben Harbor, Michigan, for partially making me who I am today. Shout out to you. Okay. All right. We're gonna get right into the product of the week. Now, a lot of people always talk about hair product, and I am really big, excuse me, I'm really big on natural oils for the hair. Both of my daughters have beautiful long hair. One has coarser hair, which is like more like 4C hair, and the other one has like, I would honestly say, like 3C hair. Her hair is not as coarse as the other one. And but one thing that I have used on both of their hairs to keep their hairs healthy, keep their hair healthy and long, and also to get through the times where I'm not able to wash it because it's both of their hair that I have to complete and style, is Jamaican black castor oil. This right here helps when you have bald spots. This right here helps when your hair does not keep um, oil. I can use this about once every 3 to 4 days, and honestly, about once every 4 days on their scalp. I normally mix this with 2 or 3 other products, and it keeps their hair oil for at least 4 days. At least 4 days. This is the Sunny Island brand, and I'm gonna bring that closer if you can see if I can. There we go. That look makes it look Sunny Island brand. This is the extra dark. You don't have to get the extra dark. You can get the regular um black castor oil, but I grabbed the extra dark because that's the only one they had on the shelf, and I've used the extra dark. Also, when my daughters were babies, y'all know babies get the little bald spots. Both my daughters had the same, like, bald spot right in the back. And I would put this on their hair, on that spot, and massage it for about a minute or two every day. Within, I'm going to say 4 to 6 months, that bald spot was no longer a bald spot at all. So this definitely, and this is 2 different daughters, 2 different times in my life. They have 2 different types of hair. This definitely does the job. It does the job, hands down. One thing you got to make sure you read the ingredients. It has to be 100% castor oil, and that is the RICINUS. I think that's what it is. And I cannot pronounce that. I'm not going to pronounce it. But it also has, in quotes, or next to it, or parentheses next to it, has castor oil. But this is the brand I get. I've gotten it out of the store, Walmart, Meijer, Target. I've also gotten it out of um, off of Amazon as well. So you can get it in quite a few places. It normally comes in the box, and you open up the box and take it out. So this is a go-to for me. It's 100% natural. It's no salt added. It comes from the castor oil plant. I swear by this. I hate that the bottle is so little. This runs you about between $8.50 and $10. It is 4 fluid ounces. All right. So do not sleep on this. If you want your baby's hair to grow, make sure that you're oiling their scalp and massaging their scalp with castor oil. I'm not saying something I heard about. I'm saying something that I know about. I'm telling you. Now, let's get into the sneaker of the week. So the sneaker of the week this week, I normally go for Jordans because that's my favorite brand of sneaker. But I'm going to go for a dunk. I only have one dunks, and I'm hoping that these dunks come in kids and toddlers. But I'm going to show you guys what I am talking about. These are the Nike Dunk High Cashmere sneakers. They're supposed to release on October 20th, which is in a few days, and they're gorgeous. Even though it's fall, people are looking at that mustards, maroons, and olive greens. These shoes are gorgeous. Okay, I'm for all of the colors. I'm for the Nike High, the Dunk High, pretty much. Like, and I don't have a Dunk High, neither does my daughters. Like, I'm hoping that these come in kid size, so we can do the mommy and me thing near my daughters. But these are beautiful, beautiful. And I'm not a big fan of dunks because I feel like they remind you of ones, Air Jordan ones. So I'm always like, but those, those are gorgeous. And I'm hoping to be able to cop them. If you do not know, Dunks are so hard to cop. They're so hard to cop, just as Air Jordan 1s are hard to cop. Regardless if it's lows, mids, highs, they're hard to cop. So fingers crossed, your girl will be able to get them. Dunks are less expensive than Air Jordans. Dunks normally run you about $110, which is so much cheaper than Air Jordans or Air Jordan 1s. So tell me what y'all think. Do y'all like those? I love those. Like, I really like those. I like those a lot. And hoping that I get them. Hoping I can get them for the whole squad. We're gonna be too cute in our fall wear with them sneakers on. Period. Let's talk about the weather. How my daughter been wearing skirts and shorts and dresses, and it's October 10th. Can we talk about that? Can we converse about that? Like I lived in the Midwest for 29 years before I moved, and I'm back. It's never been this close to like the middle of October, and we're not wearing jackets on a regular basis. Like, I'm not telling my kids, don't forget to grab your jacket. Is is continuously to be chilly out. Like, what's really going on? I went to the South, and then now it's like the climate is changing completely. Whew. All right. So, as y'all know, it's Spirit Week. Last week we had Crazy Hair Day, which was so funny. Me and Rachel end up having the same hairstyle. So I didn't even know she had got her hair braided until literally we had got on when we get together right before the live starts. So I didn't know she had got her hair braided until we got on right before we got together. Well, right when we got together right before the live, and then I saw that we had the same hairstyle. So, and we got our hair braided on the same day. So Crazy Hair Day was so cute and so adorable. And today is school color day. Period. Okay, rep your set. And next week, October 7th, Sunday, October 17th, is favorite team that you can rep. You can rep your favorite high school team, college team, professional team. Okay, so wear your gear, deck it out, however you want to wear it. Send us pictures to our Instagram, or you can send us pictures on our DM us pictures on Facebook, on our Facebook page as well. We would love to share those if y'all don't mind us sharing those. We're actually going to share ours as well. I don't remember if I took a picture, but I can go back to the YouTube video and try to snap a picture of us. Okay. I also want to give a big thank you to Mike Denny, who was one of our guests last week. And he did a great job, and I really appreciate his transparency about bullying and him as a father. So it's definitely great to have fathers, not only fathers but Black fathers who are pulling their weight as being a great Black father. So that was really good to have last week. Now we also got Feet Check, and that is a sneaker and sock day, and that's where we want to see y'all sneakers and y'all socks together. Get y'all sneakers from get y'all socks from Diet Down. Rachel definitely does her thing. Get y'all socks from Diet Down. You still have more than enough time. That is Sunday, October 24th. So you have more than enough time to order your socks and for her to get them to you for Feet Check, which is Sunday, October 24th. And we definitely want footage, okay? So we can repost it. Definitely. Now, as I just said, the last week, Michael Denny was one of the guests for our topic of bullying, and what do we teach our kids, and physical altercation, and how that all works, and what's happens with that. It led into this week's topic, which, if you do not know, there was a school shooting in Texas at Timberview High School in Arlington, Texas. and it was an African American student named Timothy Simpkins. He brought a weapon to school. I think he injured 4 people, two, 2 or 3 faculty, and then I know for sure one student. For sure, one student. I don't know if it was 2 faculties, 2 students, but I do know for sure it was one student that was, um, injured badly. One of the people that was injured was treated on Wednesday and sent home. There was a teacher that was injured but is doing well, thank goodness, and will be released soon. The third victim, I haven't heard much about the third victim. There was no fatalities, thank goodness as well. Timothy Simpkins is now out on bond, a $75,000 bond to his family. So he was also 18 years old, and he was a senior at Timberview High School. Um, and today's topic is, how did we end up here? That's today's topic. And you just never know how you know how does a school end up in a situation where a weapon is being brought to, now people are injured, to this possibly fatalities. Like, how does that, how do you end up there? So as I told you, that it was Timberview High School in Arlington, Texas. I have a friend of mine who is from, um what is it called? I forgot where she, I don't want to say the city wrong. Is it Colleen? I think that's where it's from, Colleen. And the way she explained to me how her high school was when she was in Colleen, it was like a mini university. It's bigger than a community college, but smaller than, probably a smaller university. She was like, it had food, restaurants in it. It was huge. We had 2 and 3 gyms. It was ginormous. And I'm from Michigan, and I couldn't even phantom like this type of stuff you had in your school. And she was like, absolutely. Um, and so when I saw the picture of the high school, Timberview High School, it reminded me of what my friend told me about her high school. Again, me and my friend, you know, 5, 6 years. This was 5, 6 years ago. And this was a huge, huge high school, huge high school. A huge high school. So, the victim that was severely injured was injured it was a male who was injured 4 times, in the arm, the leg, the stomach, and I think the chest. And that victim is currently is in a medically induced coma and has to have 2 surgeries, you know, to hopefully help the health to increase, better benefits of the health for this victim. So, um, Timothy's family says that he was bullied, severely bullied, where he was getting beat up on a regular basis. He was getting robbed on a regular basis. They were taunting and harassing him on a regular basis. And he took matters into his own hands. And like I said last week, we talked about bullying. Like, what do we teach our children? And I have a high school student. I also have a elementary school. I have a second grader, and Rachel has a kindergartner. So like, we're talking, I'm talking, about my daughter that's in the second grade. What do I tell her about bullying? Rachel's like, well, what kind of conversation we have about bullying? But now we're talking about an 18-year-old boy who, what happens on this aspect, like this aspect, this magnitude, where he was being bullied by several people, specifically a 15-year-old, because the victim that is severely injured is a 15-year-old male, and he was being beat up on a regular basis. Now, Here's what's interesting about this. These kids were wealthy. These African American children, I wouldn't say wealthy. I'm not gonna say wealthy. I'm not gonna say wealthy. These children had nice things. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause I can't count nobody coins. These kids had nice things. They had Dodge Chargers, nice clothes. They had nice things. So you could presume them as wealthy. The neighborhood that the press conference was done in was in a very nice neighborhood. Very nice neighborhood. So I don't know if they lived there. I don't know if that's just where they chose to have the press conference, but it was in a very nice neighborhood. These kids, that from what it was saying, is that the kids all stay in the same type of neighborhood, and they all go to this big old school, right? This big old huge ginormous school. So they're thinking like, oh, they go, you know, y'all go to this school, y'all got people on the outside looking in, and y'all got money. Why would this Timothy Simpkins bring a weapon to school to hurt students? Well, he definitely was being bullied. There's a video on Twitter, and I just so happened to be on Twitter promoting my own content, and because it's a trending topic, it was a video of him uh, fighting the young man that he had injured, and he was definitely being beaten up. He was definitely being beaten up. And this was going on for probably about 4 to 5 minutes. And I know you're like, 4 to 5 minutes, not a long time. It's not. And when I'm just sitting here talking. But if you're getting pushed down, pushed into stuff, hit numerous times over and over, 4 to 5 minutes can seem like forever. So I guess he had gotten not I guess, but that he had gotten robbed. Also, the school that this fight happened in a classroom. There was desk, a teacher was there. There was a student recording. You could see the windows in the classroom. The teacher was. It looks like the teacher was pregnant in the video. So I wouldn't have stopped a fight either if I was pregnant. And it just so the fight happened at the school, so the school knew. My question is what happens, like, people, half of people are saying it's justified for him doing what he did, which I disagree on. The other half feels like his family and the school district dropped the ball on his behalf. So he took it in his own hands. That's how we got over here to the weapon. What happens now? How do you know, what happens now? You continue to allow this bullying to happen to the point that now this young man has ruined his life. What happens now? Like, I guess I feel like it's half and half. If it was my child that had been injured in a situation like this, I would want justice. I also feel like that as a parent who has, I had been bullied before growing up, and you don't when you've been bullied, you feel like your back is against the wall, and you feel like it's either you or them. Either they're not gonna stop you. I mean, they're gonna either stop messing with you by you not being there, or you're going to stop them from messing with you altogether. Now I know there's so many stipulations to this to this particular situation. They say that there's so much he say she say. Oh, in the parking lot before the incident happened, there was rounds of shots in the air of a weapon. I wasn't there. I don't know. There's so many different stipulations on what could have happened beforehand. but I don't know what did or didn't happen. What I do know is what I saw in the video of him fighting. I saw the video of him fighting because I was posting my own content because I'm a content creator, and I saw him fighting. It was a top trending thing, and that's how my timeline refreshes. It was a top trending thing. He was definitely. I'm not gonna say he was even fighting. He was getting beat up. Definitely was. So I don't know if this was the first time, this is the second time, but the way it looked on the video, it looked like he was just being thrown around like a rag doll. And it broke my heart because I wouldn't want my kid thrown around like a rag doll. But I also wouldn't want my kid to have to experience, gun violence either. So what happens now? So for an example, living in Chicago, they wear uniforms specifically for the reason of, people aren't as fortunate to buy certain things, right? You can't have the latest sneakers, the latest, clothes. So we're going to have a strict policy. These kids were, or this town and area was considered, they had more things than most people had. And they still bullying. So even when you do have the latest, the greatest, you live good, you can still be bullied. That is mind blowing to me. Normally, or in my experience, I'm not gonna say normally, in my experience, you get bullied because you don't have enough. Excuse me. You get bullied because you don't have enough. You get bullied because there is, there's so many limits on your finances, your home situation, your life. You get, and you got to continue to repeat the same things, wear the same things, do the same things because that's all you have. I didn't know there was a level of bullying that because you have the latest and greatest new cars, Yeezys, all this other stuff, you get bullied for it too. That's new to me. I'm honestly flabbergasted by that. So you're danged if you do with giving your children the best, your children having the best, and you danged if you don't. So this goes back to the parents. I definitely have the parents on here. What could have been done different? That's what I want to know. What could have been done different with this situation? Because this couldn't have been the first fight where he just was like, you know what? I'm done with it. This couldn't have been the first fight. And as a parent of a teenage boy, it wouldn't have took me 3 incidences. I'm gonna be honest, 2 is pushing it, but I'm gonna give you 3 because I'm gonna laugh. 3 incidents. Oh, I'm sorry, incidents where my child would have been bullied. That's when, or I'm not gonna say my child would have been, but there would have been altercations, some type of verbal, physical, cyber bullying, any of those, I would have removed my child. Because at this point, if the school's not doing their job, you guys can't control your student body. You can't get the parents to control their children. I'm going to remove myself. And then by the way it looks, the neighborhood, the type of things that this child have, you seem to be fortunate enough to then obtain a nice lawyer. So then this won't happen to another child. Full circle. So, like, Also, what made him think that going to get a weapon would have been the first, like going to get a weapon was the first and only option for him to end it all, like to stop the bullying, to stop getting beat up. And I do know teenagers don't talk to their parents about everything. Like I definitely understand that because there's so many things my mama didn't find out until I was like 25, 26 years old that I did as a teenager. So I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. But why did he think it was okay that a weapon, going in there using a weapon, would have been the best option instead of just saying I can't go back to school no more, or I'm not going back to school no more. And I do know when your back is up against the wall, there's nothing clear about your thoughts. Nothing clear about your thoughts. I don't know how many school shootings where the person with the weapon was African American. I know there's quite a few. I'm That's just what I'm going to say about that. I don't know how many they were before this one, where the person with the weapon who injured others with the weapon was African American. I don't know. Like I don't know the numbers on that. So it definitely was kind of like, oh, now I'm not saying it couldn't have happened before, but I definitely was like, okay, I haven't, heard of this before, where someone that was African American, you know, um, brought a weapon to school and used it and injured folks. But I definitely know it definitely could have happened. I just don't have the specific statistics. So all in all, I have a lot to say about this. So I'm gonna say it in this last few minutes. All in all, what I am gonna say is the parents that are in a predicament where you are in a scenario where financially you're not struggling, you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you have a good career, or maybe you got a wheel, you had oh my goodness, words is leaving my head. You were you had a savings, maybe there was a insurance policy handed over to you. Pretty much you have a lump sum of money, or you have a great job where you don't need the additional, or not, you don't need the additional, but you don't have to, kind of struggle through the process of tending to your family. That's what I'm saying. And if that is your situation, my only request is that you make sure your children understand that these finances can be here today and gone tomorrow, that the struggle can be real, and that there's definitely people that look like you who don't understand the magnitude of being able to have, the things that you have, who's not going to see, that your parents are fortunate, or your family is fortunate to have what you have. They're going to think that you're rich or you're wealthy, but that may not be the case. It may just be, hey, maybe you did well with your money. Maybe your parents rose the corporate ladder and make good money. Just, the list goes on of what could have happened. Just make sure that you're equipping your children with the necessary tools to live life outside of mommy's, daddy's, whoever the guardian's financial bubble. Because I think that's the biggest problem with this situation, with the scenario at Timberview High School with Timothy Simpkins, and I think the boy name is Zacharias. Um, he was the one that was injured. Um, they don't. I think they saw life on social media and wanted to portray that life, but really they don't know nothing about that life. They're really sheltered, and this is just my take on it. They're really sheltered individuals who parents are fortunate to provide them with nicer things. That's what I think. So they took the rah rah and the what you see rappers and individuals on social media, want to show you the light that they want to show you, and that's what they chose to emulate, and it's got them in this situation that where Zacharias is fighting for his life because he's in critical condition, and Timothy Simpkins possibly has ruined his life, even though there is the bullying, him being harassed and all these things behind him, you know, still it's aggravated assault. Either way you look at it. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know how y'all feel about it. Like I said, I'm 50 cents on one hand, half it out on the other. If my child would have got injured in the crossfire of someone bringing a weapon to the environment he was learning at, and he would have got injured, I would have wanted justice, and that's just what it is. However, I know what it's like to be bullied. I know what it's like to feel like I'm not good enough. I know what it's like to feel like it's either you or me. Like I'm better off not being here, and I just need to remove myself. Now I didn't have the guts to go any further than those thoughts. But there's many people that do. They either take themselves out the equation, or they're gonna take the person that is making them feel like that out the equation. So that it's like I do truly would have wanted Timothy Simpkins to choose another route rather than injuring those people. Because not only did he injure Zacharias, I think that's his name. I know it's like ZAC. It's something like that. He injured a teacher, and I think one or two more faculty. I just wish he would have done something like not chose a weapon. That's what I would have thought. Would have thought like not chose a weapon at school, because it goes bigger than that, because now the student body is traumatized, right? Like you put everybody's child in harm's way, everybody's child, somebody's husband, somebody's wife in harm's way because of this situation. And is this situation bad? Yes. No one deserved to be bullied, harassed, robbed. There was something saying that they like robbed him and took, like, pretty much, I don't know, robbed him naked. I don't know how true that is, but that was what was said. Again, that's not something I saw, so don't quote me on it. Now, the physical altercation, there was a recording of a physical altercation of him being thrown around like a rag doll. So I did see that part. But the being robbed part, that's just what I heard at the press conference. And then, over social media stuff. But I wasn't there. I didn't see that. So that has nothing to, really do. That's what the family said. He was robbed. He was bullied. He was harassed. He was jumped on a regular basis. So, it's kind of like the same, like what you say, you can't take the ghetto out of people. Take the people out the ghetto. I don't know if it was that type of situation or scenario, but that's not how it seems. But again, I'm not a part of their family. I don't know them personally. But for them to have this, like I said, the neighborhood of where the press conference was, and where everyone is saying that he lived, and Zacharias lived, and other people said that they live in that neighborhood. He, they said that he was getting beat up on a regular basis, and that sucks. That definitely sucks. So nobody was fighting for him, so I guess he felt like he had to fight. He had to fight for himself because at some point you could have took him out. You could have let him drop out. He 18, so he could have got his GED. I mean, we in a different time now. A bachelor's degree, to be honest, unless you're trying to be a doctor or lawyer or, you know, a Supreme Court judge or something, engineer, a bachelor's degree don't mean much of nothing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not saying don't go to college. What I'm saying is pick and choose your battles. So he could have got his GED. He also still could have went to college because they asked you, do you got a high school diploma or a GED? So pick and choose your battles. There's other options. He could have went to school online. He could have possibly graduated early. You just got to pick and choose your battles. There's so many other things that could have been done. And as a parent who understands that, I'm picking my son's life every single time, period. Now, with that being said, we are going to end this live. Y'all, thank you so much for being here with us and tuning in. Next week, don't forget, is your favorite with Spirit Week is your favorite team. High school, college, and professional. That's Sunday, October 17th. And then Feet Check with your socks and your sneakers, October 24th, 2021. We go live every Sunday, every single Sunday at 3 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. CST, 6 p.m. EST on, live on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can do that at The Assignment Podcast, as well as like our Facebook page and our group on at The Assignment Podcast on Facebook, and then on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And go back, watch the video, send it to your family and friends, share it, comment with us, let us know, show us some love, y'all. Don't forget to, send us some ideas if you have any ideas. Again, the topics for, or should I say the niche for this particular podcast is fashion and parenting. And we want to stick to that. And it is parenting from a child's point of view. So, what's going on a kid's perspective, pretty much. Okay. Y'all, class dismissed. Bye.